Hello, lovelies. I am Queen Lovely. Welcome back to Melanated Crowns, activating your divine femininity. Today, we will be continuing the Black Family Dynamic Tarot series, and we will be talking about the Black mother and her son and that family dynamic and how that is important and how it ties into spirituality. So, get comfortable, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I post more videos such as this one. So we're going to start with the first question, which is, what is the spiritual significance of the Black mother and her son's relationship? What is the spiritual significance of this dynamic between the Black mother and her son? What is the spiritual significance? Why is this needed? And how does this elevate the collective Black family dynamic as well as the Black community? What do you think the spiritual significance is? If you have a son or you are a son of a Black woman, what do you think the spiritual significance is? Let me know below. What is the spiritual significance? Okay. Okay, so the first card that sticks out to me is the Six of Staffs. And as you see, it's a man and he's standing on top of a rock, and then he has like this protective barrier around him. So intuitively, I pick up from spirit that it's something about the relationship between a Black woman and her son that creates like a spiritual protective barrier around said son. It's like, honor thy mother, honor thy father. But in this case, we're talking specifically about the mother. And if you are new to my page, I did start this off with the Black father and Black daughter dynamic, so you could definitely go and check that out. But yeah, the Six of Staffs sticks out to me first and foremost. Typically when you see that number 666, in numerology, it talks about, taking a step back and reevaluating whether what it is that you're doing is right or wrong. And if you ever listen to Black men talk, especially Black men that may have been getting into trouble or dibbling and dabbling in things that are unethical, they always say like, they never allowed their mother to know or see what they were doing, or their grandmother or their aunt or any maternal parental figure that was in their life that impacted them in a positive way. So I just pick up this energy of, a Black young boy who grows into a Black man. Having that relationship and that bond with his mother is significant because her prayers, her wisdom, her love, her nurturing, everything that she bestows upon him and pours into him becomes like a spiritual barrier around him and protects him, even if he doesn't see it, even if he's tunnel vision. Because as you can see right here, it's like he's looking forward, but everybody else is like around him, protecting him and holding up their staffs in order to block him from anything that may be coming his way. I also get, especially if a son grows up in a house where it's just the mother. So this speaks to the broken family dynamic that unfortunately appears often, where Black women are left to raise their sons by themselves. And as you see, this is a Queen of Coins. This is a woman who has a multitude of responsibilities. She works. She takes care of her family. She takes care of her home. She comes up with different ways and efforts to provide for them. And then you have the King of Swords underneath, which is the son. So it's like, because he sees his mother stand tall and handles her business, it instills in him for him to stand tall and handle his business. You notice this is not the King of Staffs here. So the King of Staffs in the Miss Cleo deck, and that's the tarot deck I'm using today, you'll see like a king bent over, laid down like he's tired. And that card can be interpreted in many ways, but I always like the King of Swords because the King of Swords just looks strong. He has his sword up and he's just ready. And this is just showing that the Black woman, she instills that in her son. It's like a thing like, if I could get up and do X, Y, and Z, then you could do the rest of the alphabet, and you should because you're a man. Okay? What else do we have here? We have the Page of Staffs and the Empress. So the Page of Staffs tends to be the communicator of the zodiac, and then the Empress can represent fertility, it can represent motherhood, it can represent creativity. So once again, I just get this situation where the mother, that vibration of 3, so it can mean a multitude of things, but sometimes 3 represents love. It can represent heartbreak. And once again, you see this Page of Staffs. This is a younger version of the sun standing tall. So this actually, what I'm picking up, represents when the child is first born and the son is in his developmental stages. And how, once again, even though she's single, even though she's by herself, and we're going to get into that in a moment because I don't see a family dynamic here. This literally is strictly mother and son. Even though she's by herself, she's still royal. She's still a queen. She doesn't look haggard. She doesn't look broke down. She is maintaining. So that is what the boy is seeing throughout his stages, okay? This is him as a page. This is him as a king. This is him as a student. And a boy, this is him as a grown man and a teacher himself. And then we have the Queen of Staffs and the High Priestess. And this, I like this message because even though the Queen of Staffs is in reverse, the High Priestess is upward. So this kind of represents, like, even when mama is tired and even when mama is not on top of her ish, she's still highly intuitive. She's still praying for you. She's still praying over the family dynamic. And this comes back to that 6 of Staffs. This boy not understanding that everything that his mother has bestowed onto him and upon him is protecting him. Give me 1 second. I apologize. I have to close my window. It's like the minute I started recording, people want to have a conversation. Right outside my window. Oh my God. I'm so sorry about that. So that is the spiritual significance of the mother and son dynamic. Okay. What are the spiritual consequences? What are the spiritual ramifications when a mother and son do not have a relationship in the Black community? What is the spiritual consequences? How does this affect the Black family dynamic as a whole when the mother and the son are not in sync? If you are enjoying this video so far, please hit the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know when I post more content such as this. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. What are the consequences? What are the consequences? What are the consequences? It's like you can see it already before I even look at these cards. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. You see a man who doesn't know which way to go and he's looking at the moon, and we know the moon is feminine energy, it's divine energy, it's intuitive energy. You see a man that looks sad, he's praying, he's on his knees, and then you see a man like this. So let's get into this. What are the spiritual consequences? Let's start with the clarifying card, an empty cup. If you don't, once again, if you don't have the Black woman, okay, the mother of this earth, you know, that divine feminine energy to pour into you, your cup is empty. Your cup is empty. You're going to go through life with an empty cup. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have this man here who has no sense of direction. He doesn't know where to go. And no matter how far he tries to get away from his past, because typically when men don't have good relationships with their moms, it's from something traumatic. You know, it stems from something traumatic. And even though they try to distance themselves, okay, even though they try to distance themselves from the past, it's always following you. It's always in the background. And you see how that sun is shining? That is to tell you that even if you're walking forward, there's always going to be reminders of your trauma and your pain that comes from you not having a relationship with your mother. whether she was the initiator of that or not. There will be consequences, emotional consequences. What else do we have? We have the Magician and the Eight of Staves, as well as the Five of Cups. But the Magician looks sad. The Magician looks sad. So this, you know what's funny? I am energetically picking up energy of Black men who come into wealth and success, but they don't have relationships with their mom. They're traveling. A lot of things are happening quick for them. They're getting money, they're getting success, they're getting promotions. You know, anything that they wanted, they're manifesting. They are the masters of their futures. But this is a one. This is a one. So even though you're able to manifest, you're not really an alchemist. There's a difference between an alchemist and a manifester. When you manifest, that means that you subconsciously program your mind to believe that you are or have something that you want. And as a result, because you're on that vibration, you attract it. But when you're an alchemist, you are aware of the negativity in your life. You work through that negativity, and in the process of healing through that negativity, you find the keys to turn it into a positive so that it doesn't keep happening. And because that vibrational one can represent, you know, repeating a certain stage over and over and over again until like you learn your lesson, like you're back at square one, back at square one, back at square one, back at square one. That's what happens when you don't have a good relationship with your mother and you don't deal with it. Like I said, you're moving forward, but you're constantly looking back. And you see how the man in the background is looking in the cup and the cup is empty. And I said, pouring from a different cup. This can represent bad relationships with women. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Bad relationships with women. Multiple women that you may mess with that will be low vibrational for you. Y'all know my Seven of Cups is my everything that glitters is not gold card. And then the Tower. It will be hard for you to sustain relationships with one woman. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Spiritual poverty. Being trapped in your past. Lack of self-awareness, lack of accountability, lack of balance. These are the spiritual ramifications for men. Let's see, what are the spiritual ramifications on a woman if she abandons her son or refuses to repair her relationship with her son? What are the spiritual ramifications for the woman? Please hit the thumbs up if you are enjoying this video. If you are enjoying this video, do you agree with what Spirit is saying? What's your personal opinion? Let me know below in the comments. And if you want to see more videos such as this, please drop suggestions. What is the repercussions for the woman? For the woman, it will really be hard for her to find internal peace. The same betrayal that she cast upon the Black family dynamic for abandoning her son, the same betrayal that she cast upon her son for abandoning him, it's going to keep happening to her. She's going to find herself in a lot of situations where she's betrayed and she's just left there. Inner peace will be very hard for her. You see how the Queen of Staves is here in reverse? The Queen of Staves usually like this is like the social butterfly. You see she's sitting up tall. She has her protection. That's her spirit guide and whatnot. But when it's in reverse, you lose all of that. So all of that glory and all of that divine energy, it just goes. You will always have internal discord. Always. I also get, let me clarify this. Clarify the King of Coins over the Six of Coins. There will be a blockage on monetary gain. There will be a blockage on monetary gain. I think what I'm picking up is when a mother makes a conscious decision to abandon her son or not repair her relationship with her son, she'll find herself in situations where it will be very hard for her to manifest and come into blessings, to come into abundance, to come into monetary finances. And she will have that Queen of Swords energy. So you see how she has the Queen of Swords energy, but when it comes to the Queen of Wands, which is the more, oh, how you doing? It's just very alluring and feminine. She will have more masculine energy, but it will be that toxic masculine energy because now you have created a rift with the divine masculine. I'm picking up that the ancestors in the spiritual realm take it very serious when our mothers of our community play an intentional part in the disintegration of the young black boy before he even knows who he is, because it's partially our job to pour into them. Like I said, it's our prayers, it's our love, it's our wisdom, it's our insight that protects them spiritually. So when we jump ship and we abandon that job, the spiritual consequences are going to be very dire on us, because the divine masculine doesn't like that. They feel like we are further contributing and deepening the divide in the black family dynamic and in the breakdown. So that concludes this first part of this. We will be back with the second part of the mother-son dynamic. If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if you would like to book a tarot reading with me, you could check the link in my box below. I currently have an end of the summer sale going on, so definitely check that out. It's more affordable options, and have a lovely day. Bye.